On to overtime. Dwayne Wade right at the body of Anderson Varejao. Welcome to your Kodak moment, Anderson Varejao. Doncic pulls up, three-pointer. Bang! Bang! It's good! Doncic wins the game at the buzzer!
Let's talk about some of the young talent on the Knicks right now. I think all of us have a pretty great opinion on what RJ can be. The question is, will he become that? Kevin Knox was someone I was super high on coming into the draft, and he's just been a complete disappointment. Frank is at best a defensive specialist, at worst shouldn't even belong in the G League. Then you have Dodson, who's going to be gone very likely. How do you guys feel about Ignas Brazdeikis? Because he's a second-round pick last year, but I feel like there's this cultish part of the Knicks that really wants to keep him and really wants to give him minutes.
I mean, I have watched. Okay, I will say that I am part of that cult that would like to keep him, very much so. I really would wish that he would have at least have gotten a couple more minutes. Hopefully, if they do go through with the second bubble, which I don't know if they will due to the recent events that have occurred. I don't know if that might actually still be going through, but I would like to see him, or at least like some of the younger players get more minutes. When he was playing with the Westchester Knicks, I did see like a lot of game that I like from Ignas. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they would actually, go through with keeping him.
Nora, have you watched any Ignas Brazdeikis highlights?
I watched him last year in the summer league. I think that's really the main place where I noticed this guy can be good. I mean, obviously looking at his G League stats, he averaged like 21 on 50% shooting. I mean, we see people like Jimmer Fredette do great in the G League, so I don't know how trustworthy that is. But I mean, I think he deserves a chance, and he's proven. He deserves a chance, and he seems like he could help this team. It's not like we have who else to play,
Yeah, I mean, when it comes down to it, he's a young talent, and there's no reason for him not to get minutes, unless the Knicks are going to be delusional and try to fight for a playoff spot again. But
I think the thing is, I would like to see us utilize the G League more. Like, if Kevin Knox is not even getting minutes, I'd rather see him play in the G League and get some confidence. I mean, we all know Summer League Knox, one of the best players in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you've watched Kevin Knox in the Summer League, but the guy, is amazing. Then it comes to the regular season and becomes a shit show.
I mean, I think the big thing with him becoming a shit show in the regular season is he's so obsessed with those floaters, and when you take them away in a regular season game, he just kind of gets confused with what to do. And in the summer league, everything moves a lot slower because it's all young players, and he can be good in that scenario. Like, it's the player who's great in pickup, and then you get into an actual game, and he's just standing in the corner and can't hit a shot.
Actually, speaking of your floater thing, I think one thing, obviously there's not a lot of positives from his second season, but one thing you can look at is his three-point attempt rate went from 40% his rookie season to 50%.
You could also say that's from the small sample size of him playing less minutes.
Yeah. But I guess if you at least it's a good thing that you see him shooting more. But yeah, like you said, it could be related to him playing just less. But if you can continue, he's a solid shooter, I think he can become a 34-35% three-point shooter, hopefully better on volume. So,
I mean, the hope with Knox was always the player that he was in college is not the player he's going to end up being. It's looking like the player he was in college is exactly who he is. Kevin, I know you have his autograph. Are you holding out any hope for Knox being, a starting forward, or at this point, are you out?
If he could, see, the thing is that whenever I see players that don't get a lot of minutes, I get a little bit frustrated. I would like him, at least I agree with Nora's idea, if he were to go to the Westchester Knicks, because I think there they have a lot more ability to, because thing with just at least trail back with Ignas, he's very aggressive to the point where it's I think when they moved him to the Westchester Knicks for him to play over there, the reason he would be able to get those 21 points is just because he's a lot more he was allowed to at least like take more opportunities, take more shots, and like get his confidence up because he's very aggressive in shooting, or at least like going into the rim, he's like great. Like I love him. He's like a hard worker. So I think if like Knox would be able to like I'd say like they move him to Westchester, let him play over there for like he would maybe be able to get that confidence back up to then come back to the Knicks. And I mean not as starting forward, but I would like to see him as maybe like a backup coming off the bench.
And something just to add on, I think for him, one thing, the same thing with Frank, of course. I think it's confidence, and I think having his Kenny Payne on the Knicks is going to be big. I think that can be
I want to hear why, because I mean, from outside eyes, Kenny Payne is just another assistant coach, and I want to hear why you believe in him so heavily.
I think for me, the main thing with Kenny Payne is he's been. I think one thing you can knock him is like, why hasn't he created his own program if he's that good of a coach? Which I think I totally understand. But it seems like he's like a lot of big men are big fans of him. I think Anthony Davis credits him for kind of developing a post game, which I guess he didn't have before. So I think players love him, and I think that's like a big deal. I think that's my main kind of what I know about him, what I've learned about him so far.
So do you think we're going to see, workout Mitch on an actual NBA court thanks to him?
Workout Mitch, you're talking to the guy that pulls up from three?
Yup.
I hopefully do not see that. I don't want.
You don't want to see workout Mitch?
Well, Mitchell Robinson pulling up from three mid-game? I don't think he has that in his game yet. I think most NBA players can shoot threes and pickups. I mean, obviously, if he's like can do it, yeah, please shoot threes. That'd be great.
I don't know too much about the whole like dribbling and doing crossovers and isoing, but
yeah, I don't want to see that from Mitch.
Good Lord. Can you imagine the absolute black hole of offense we would get if the Knicks took Cole Anthony, have Cole Anthony, RJ Barrett, workout Mitch, Julius Randle, and then like some other random guy who's going to come in looking for his own shot? Can you imagine the conflict we would get of just everyone trying to score for themselves and no one actually doing so?